Let's go, y'all. Let's get out of here.
All right, Coach. What are you most excited about this week?
I'm excited about playing, first and foremost. Then secondly, the homecoming. Jackson State, the city is going to be swamped with some wonderful fans from way back when, and it's going to be a prosperous week. It's going to be a financial blessing, exposure to some kids who hadn't come to the area, some new fans coming from Campbell as well as just a windfall. It should be a windfall for the whole city. I just want the city to prosper. But one thing I do desire is for us to unite and put a cease on the crime and the ignorance for the weekend. I wish it would cease forever, but I'm just going to take one step at a time. No crime this weekend. No killings this weekend. No robberies this weekend. No aggressive nature this weekend. Let's just be hospitable. Let's just show love. Let's just show love all weekend. That would be a true blessing. That's what I want to see in Jackson.
Obviously, as far as the game's concerned, you guys have handled other people's homecomings pretty well. But is it a different atmosphere? Does it feel different? I mean, Jackson.
Not to us. Not to us. To the fans, it is. To the band, yes. To the cheerleaders, the support staff, yes. But to the players, we got to go out there and do what we do. That's the message and the sentiment from the coaches. We got to go out there and be consistent in the things we do well.
Coach Sanders, you've been undefeated at home the last season and a half. What is it about this home field advantage, and what type of energy does it give your players throughout this process?
Well, home is home. Dorothy on the Wizard of Oz said it best. There's no place like home. And we got to substantiate that. We got to make sure that our kids know how we are at home. That's why the day before the game on Fridays, we go over there and practice that early that morning and to get a feel for the whole ambience of things at the stadium. And they know when we go there, it's a serious tone. We never go over there and practice and it's playful. It's a serious tone when we step on the grass.
Obviously, another 40-point performance this past
Yes, sir.
weekend with 3 safeties. Can you kind of just walk me through how you guys are finding ways, not only score in different ways, but kind of win in different ways, even though the scoreline may look the same?
Well, from the onset of the season, we talked about being dominant, but not dominant just offensively or defensively in all 3 phases, special teams as well. And it seems like when we on one accord offensively and defensively, the special teams pick up from there. The offense went right down and did what they normally do. And it's hard. I mean, you kick off to us first and we go down there and score, it's going to be a problem because now that defense is feeling the energy that the offense just had a wonderful sustained drive mixed with run and the pass and no penalties. And that's what we need. I mean, I think we've been averaging 7 or 8 penalties a game. I wish we could cut back on that by a couple penalties. That will make us even more dominant as such because it seems like the most opportune times we find our way to get penalized, and we need to cut back on that and be a little more structured.
Kind of ask this every week in a different way, but at this point, what is something that you're still looking for your team to improve on that you want to see in this particular week?
I want to maintain balance all through the game. It seems like we could be dominant in the first half, then come back in the second half and not, or we could not be dominant in the first half, then come back in the second half and be dominant. I want to see it sustain like we had the first game of the season. I want to see a complete dominant game that we score. You know the goal. We tell the kids we want to win every down. We want to win every series. We want to win every quarter. We want to dominate the half. And then we're going to go back in the locker room, talk about it, fix what we didn't do, and do it all over again. That's it. We just want to win every quarter and be dominant in that.
What would make you happy this week, I guess? Obviously, there's a lot to be happy about, but you're always never satisfied. But what would make you happy?
I like that, and that's the truth. That's a great analysis of me. I want to see some of the guys that we've been waiting on to get up and play up to their expectations. We got several of those guys, and I'm waiting. And next thing you know, there's going to be another guy in there, and then I'm going to be waiting on him. So some of our guys that we have an expectation that they should be dominant and they hadn't, they got to wake up or they will be replaced.
I don't want to look too far ahead because I know also.
No, we don't look ahead.
Take things one week at a time.
Yeah, let's get through this week.
I'll still ask anyway. You can answer it or not. But back half of the season, obviously, success to this point. What is the difference when you start, or when do you start to get the guys maybe in a playoff kind of mindset, or are they already in that to kind of is there a difference between now?
Every game is a Super Bowl to us. Everybody plays us like it's the SWAC championship. So it's like that every week. Honestly, it starts out there. When we're not getting into a scuffle or getting to the ball and going at it offensively versus defense, I know we're not ready. When these guys are going at it at practice and truly competing and flying to the football, I can't wait till Saturday comes. So we got to get to that point, and we're getting there pretty rapidly. Thank you, sir. Anything else? How you doing, my man?
I'm doing fine. When I listen to you talk, I think there's a lot of old school football coaching.
Yes, it is. It is, because I was. That's a great synopsis, my man. What's your name?
Rick Cleveland.
Last name?
Cleveland.
Cleveland? Like the gospel singer, Cleveland? That's the gospel singer?
Like the what?
Gospel singer. It's a great gospel singer.
Yeah.
James Cleveland.
James Cleveland.
Mr. Cleveland, Colonel Sanders is mine. Mr. Cleveland, your synopsis is 100% correct. And I don't even know where to go from there. You got me thinking so many times. Ask the question again, please.
Well, when I listen to you talk,
Old
I
school.
hear a lot of
There you
old
go.
school football
Old school.
coaching.
That's because my Pee Wee football coach, Dave Campbell, who's passed away, was old school. My high school football coach, Ron Hoover, passed away last year, was straight old school. My college football coach, Bobby Bowden, and I was coached heavily by Mickey Andrews, my defensive coordinator. Coach Bowden has passed away, but Coach Andrews is still living, and I called him during there once a week. They were old school. So a lot of guiding me and leading me and shaping me came from old school football minds, and I've adopted their ways. And I'm not going to change anytime soon because their ways worked. I was parented by some old school mother. I think I fathered my fathers. That's the only flip side to that. And I was old school in the way I thought about them, So, and I parent old school, the way I parent my kids and the way I coach these young men, because we wanted to see the best from them. And old school, we don't put pacifiers in their mouth. We tell them to just suck it up, stop crying. That's how we did it. That's what happened to us, So I'm not gonna say it's the right way. It's the way I know, and I know where it led me. So prayerfully, I could lead these kids down the right path. But you're correct in that assessment. Anything else?
Anything? They could go if they want. Someone else is going to talk.
Go ahead.
Is anything specifically about Campbell that you're talking to these guys about?
Yeah, I mean, they're tough, tenacious. Their coach was a dog when he played. He was tough. I think he played during on a sprain or a broken ankle, something like that in the Super Bowl. Didn't want to come out the game, or a hand or something. His foot was broken or cracked or something. So he's a tough individual, and his team has adopted his personality, which is wonderful for that team. And he's worked his butt off to compile a team that he's compiled. He does a great job recruiting. They're doing a great job of teaching these kids fundamental because they're fundamentally sound. I look forward to the task because it's going to be a task. And I pray to God that our coaches are on our guys, because this is not going to be a cakewalk whatsoever. We're going to have to roll up our sleeves and fight.
Thank you.
Thank you.